Welcome back, everyone, and I'm here again with SBR contributor Jeff Grant. Today, college basketball is the name of the game. The game that we're covering is the Kansas State Wildcats going up against the Iowa State Cyclones. What's going on, Jeff? How you doing, man?
A great matchup here, Dax. So I'm really excited to bring some perspective to our viewers because you have a team that's playing at maybe a higher level than they should be, and they'll be traveling to face a team that's coming off one of the biggest wins in school history.
Yeah, man. I mean, Kansas State has actually been pretty much a different team in recent weeks as they've been able to put together a 4-game winning streak. But, I mean, do you think that the Wildcats are capable of pulling off an upset at Hilton Coliseum tonight?
Anything's possible in college basketball this season, other than if you're facing another Wildcats team in the Kentucky Wildcats. But when you look at the fact that Kansas State, who they've beaten over this stretch, some of the wins are impressive, some are not. The most impressive one was the road win at Oklahoma 3 games back. But just to put this streak in perspective, they haven't exactly faced the elite teams of the Big 12 other than that overtime win against Oklahoma. And I think that was a pure letdown by the Sooners. They were coming off a big win against the Texas Longhorns on the road. So when you look at Kansas State, this is a team that I've had a hard time figuring out over the course of the season. You have to keep things in perspective. Yes, 4-1 straight up in conference play, but they're just 2-10 straight up in their last 12 road games.
All right, but even though I guess we could expect to see a pretty good matchup between these two. I mean, Iowa State is coming off one of their biggest regular season wins in school history just last weekend. So, Jeff, with that in mind, I mean, could this be a letdown spot for the Cyclones after knocking off the Kansas Jayhawks?
When you knock off the Jayhawks in conference play, you're always looking to potentially have a letdown as a handicapper when looking at a team. And that definitely could be the case because more importantly in that game last Saturday was the fact that Ames, Iowa was the first location for ESPN's game days. So that even heightened the mood on campus. So you can only think that there's going to be a bit of a letdown. But you got to be careful because Iowa State has won 16 consecutive games at Hilton Coliseum. They've also won their last 9 on this floor against conference opponents. This has been a competitive series, though. So if you're looking at the underdog, I definitely can see why you'd think that because the last 3 visits Kansas State has had, they've lost, but those losses have come by an average of 5.2 points per game. While you look at Iowa State, the factor of a letdown, 1-3 against the spread the last 2 seasons after playing Kansas during the regular season.
All right, man. To me, it sounds like it's a definitely tough one. Should we just be grabbing the points in this one and play it safe?
I can't say that you shouldn't grab the points because Kansas State's 4-1 against the spread as underdogs this year. Iowa State, their problem on the free throw line bothers me in terms of trying to cover spreads that are above basically 2 baskets. They were below that level against Kansas. What I mean is in late game situations when teams are going to potentially foul them and trying to secure a victory, Iowa State's shooting a very poor percentage from the charity stripe, something I touched on when covering that game, Iowa State versus Kansas last week. So I'm going to look at the betting total because I find Kansas State in a favorable position to really score some points because Iowa State might not be there defensively, but you can always count on their offense, especially when playing in Ames, Iowa. They have the top offense in the Big 12, while the over is 3-0 in the Wildcats' last 3 games as road underdogs of 9.5 to 12 points. So I'm going to go over 137 on Tuesday night.
All right, man. Good stuff, Jeff. Thanks for the pick, man, and all the valuable insights. And we'll talk some more college hoops again tomorrow.
Thank you.
No problem. And for SBR Picks, this is Dax Floyd.
The SBR Network offers free sports picks and game breakdowns. Big money free betting contests year-round, a real-time Vegas-style odds monitoring service, and much more. So come see for yourself. To stay updated on SBR news and promotions, follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and Google+, and do be sure to subscribe to the Sportsbook Review YouTube channel to catch all our daily sports shows.